That new thing that Disney's doing is working out really well for them. Let's see if we can do that too, said DreamWorks. How to Train Your Dragon, the first live action adaptation of a DreamWorks animation. And my immediate thoughts to open this is, man, Gerard Butler is killing it. I didn't realize, I guess, that he had voiced Hiccup's dad in the cartoon. To be fair, I have not seen this cartoon since, I don't know, my daughter was like 2 or 3 and she's almost 13. So there were some things that I forgot. But I would say overall, I did enjoy this movie. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than the Lilo and Stitch live action remake that we just saw. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than the Snow White one that I've talked about now in these live action 2025 remake movie reviews. Do I think they need to do Shrek or Puss in Boots? That would be more cute. But definitely not Shrek. We don't need to see live action Shrek. Can you imagine the like ogres from like Helm's Deep coming out always like neon green? Donkey! Donkey! This was enjoyable. Some of the CG in it was meh, but a lot of it was really good. All the actors were doing an amazing job. I think overall, this is probably one of my favorite live action adaptations that I've seen of an animation. But it's still not needed. Like, I was still thinking, there's no way, even if this is perfect, because the cartoon is perfect. I love this. Again, I'm biased. My youngest, she was kind of into it, but my oldest, he's going on 18 now. Man, this was his jam growing up. This was all him. The sequels, everything. So I got to relive this through, his eyes. And he was kind of similar as me. Like, it was a great movie. Why did we need to do this to it? So, and he's the How to Train Your Dragon authority. However, if someone's new to it, or you do want to take your kids to see something, and you've already seen Lilo and Stitch and the Minecraft movie, and you're wanting the next thing to take the kids to this week for the theater adventure, yeah, this is great. There's some times that my daughter, we all went on Father's Day to watch this, was on the edge of her seat and enjoying the crap out of it, and so was I. Like, again, I did not like the movie. It just felt like watching something I really, really enjoyed twice. And even this one I couldn't do, kind of with Lilo and Stitch, as much as some of the people complained about these beats. I kind of liked some of the changes in Lilo and Stitch because I was able to, again, see it as watching Game of Thrones versus reading Game of Thrones, or reading a Batman comic or a Superman comic or a Marvel comic versus watching a TV show or a movie. These different interpretations of these same characters. I did not feel that way about this. This I felt like, well, I put some new coats of paint on some of these folks, changed up. Some kids are skinny in the cartoon that are fat here. Some kids have different hair color and different ethnicities and things like that. None of that really bothered me. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that really bugged. They want like if the story's 1-to-1, then the kids should be too. I don't necessarily care. I think they did. I can't remember again. I've not seen the cartoon. I didn't rewatch it going into this. If there is like Vikings that had made their way to this island from other parts of the world, that is a story thing in this. It's touched on for like 2 seconds, but it makes sense why the kids would be the way they are. So maybe that is something they add. And if people are going to get on their soapbox about this, I think they're missing the point of this show. It's not supposed to. It's a thing where Vikings fight imaginary dragons. That's not the premise, but to our world, it's not a 1-to-1. This is how they raided the coast of England. Like, it's not those kind of Vikings. If it gives a chance for some other kids to feel like, hey, that's me on the screen there, ride a dragon, cool, whatever. None of that really, really gets to me as much as it does a lot of people. But all of that aside, I'd say this was a B. Yeah, a B. I'll probably never watch it again. It did make me want to watch the cartoon again, so that's cool. I kind of hope they don't do the sequel-itis thing with this, where there's like, well, there's all these How to Train Your Dragon sequels. Let's do those too. So, gave me a chance to hold my caterpillar here. That's pretty all I got to say about this. If you liked How to Train Your Dragon and you have a kid in your life, a niece, nephew, son, daughter, grandkids, neighbors' kids, something that you're watching, dude, just cook some popcorn and pop on the cartoon. I'm not sure exactly where it's streaming at with it being DreamWorks, but even if it's only like $5 or $6 to buy on Amazon Prime or something like that, or $10 even for the HD one, it's less than the price of one ticket. I would do that over going to see this in theaters. I would say there is a little bit more to get you through the door to see again with the changes and some of the stuff like Lilo and Stitch, but the one-to-one on this is really good. It'd be something cool to watch later. I think maybe older kids might be more into this. Like my daughter's 12 and she was really a lot more into it than I thought she would be. But she's like, I really like dragons, and the dragons do look more realistic. But reiterating some of my son's points, he was like, it kind of lost a lot of the color. Like the dragons don't pop as much as they do in animation and those kind of things, and it just wasn't worth it for the story. That being said, I think I gave Lilo and Stitch like a B minus. That's one reason I'm giving this a B. I did enjoy it more than that. I walked out of that thinking, wow, this is a good Father's Day movie because there's some father-son dynamics in the between the main character and one of the supporting characters and their fathers. So that's really cool. You know, it's a great Father's Day movie. I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's why they released it on Father's Day. I don't know. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on How to Train Your Dragon. What's your favorite DreamWorks adaptation? It's either this one or it's not, because I think this is the only one they've done. What live action movie that's not an animation from DreamWorks do you want to see them animate it? Like Saving Private Ryan. A bloody good time. That one's historical. All right, I'm going to take my caterpillar and I'm leaving. Bye.